They say breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but if you're trying to get your kids out the door for school, finding the time to make a healthy breakfast can be really tough. Bridget Sheehan is the Health and Wellness Program Manager for Midwest Dairy Council, and she's here to show us some healthy options for kids in the morning.
Definitely.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
What are we making today?
Well, we're going to make oatmeal creme brulee, and as a registered dietitian, I really believe breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I think my grandma I remember my grandma telling me that. And so really start off the day right, and then with simple recipes like we're thinking outside of the cereal box, so it doesn't have to be just a quintessential bowl of cereal, and really spice up your breakfast in the morning and get the kids excited about eating breakfast.
I love it. Let's get mixing.
Okay, so this is old-fashioned oats, so this is 2.5 cups, so if you could get one more cup in here for me. And then a third a cup of sugar substitute, so you can use regular or like a Splenda or something. I love cinnamon. Cinnamon's optional here, but I like to add a lot. It gives it a ton of flavor. I think so too, but it depends on what your family likes. So those are the dry ingredients, and in the wet ingredients, we're going to start with 2 egg substitutes here that you can start in, and then we're going to use 3.5 cups of milk. And this may seem like a lot of milk at first. It did for me when I was making the recipe too. Don't be scared, but it gives it a lot of extra protein and nutrients in there too, and it will all come together. This was a little bit of vanilla, and if you could help me put in the dry ingredients here. So really, you dirty 2 bowls in a pan to do this recipe. Really simple. And I really foresee a lot of parents doing this maybe on the weekends, and then you could freeze it during the, have it ready to go in the refrigerator, cut up in squares, or then freeze it too and it be ready to go for the kiddos.
That's really the key, is having stuff already made so you can just pull it right out of the refrigerator.
Exactly.
It's already prepared.
Exactly. And this is a real simple recipe, and you want to make sure to get the oatmeal kind of spread around the pan like this, and I did. And you can kind of poke it, and you're going to bake this at 350 for 45 minutes. So again, it's not a quick thing to do in the morning, but on the weekends for sure. And this is what the product will look like after you take it out of the oven, and you just sprinkle on a little bit of brown sugar to give it that fun color. Yeah,
and it'll make it a little sweet on top as well.
Make it a little sweet, and you can use as much or as little as you want. And this, of course, is the final product here. I topped it with fruit, and really I strive to encourage families that we get 3 of the 5 food groups. Make it sustainable so the kiddos they're not having a tummy ache in the middle of math class in the morning. We want to make sure that they're sustainable, have a great breakfast in the morning and sustained all the way through lunch.
And that is so important for learning, that they have that full stomach, that full feeling. And I feel like after eating that, they will have that feeling.
Definitely. And studies really do show that if kiddos go on to school without eating breakfast, or at home or at school, that they're going to have attention problems, behavior problems. They're going to score lower on tests. So that's why it's always at test time, around state test time, we always focus on breakfast, but why not focus on breakfast the entire year and make sure our kids are ready and prepared to go to school with their tummies full, or if you're late out of the gate in the morning, you can always have school breakfast.
I think that's great. Now you have 2 other recipes to share with us that are awesome and fun.
This is really fun. These are fruit kabobs. I did them with cheese and just fresh fruit. I picked, the recipe had a couple different ones, and these were the ones fresh today in the grocery store.
And you have them on straws, on bendy straws.
And I have them on bendy straws so they don't poke the little guys, on toothpicks or on skewers, but you can do it on that as well. And then over here I have a banana peanut butter yogurt parfait. This is made with low-fat yogurt. It's very nutritious. It packs it with calcium and protein, of course, and those 9 essential nutrients that come with a serving of dairy, and really helps sustain and not make the kid concentrate on their stomach, but on the tested hand.
And this is great for kids and adults as well.
It really is.
All right, we'll have the recipe for the oatmeal creme brulee, plus those 2 other bonus recipes on our website, kclive.tv, later on today. Thank you so much, Bridget. Great advice. We appreciate it.